Okay, this is absolutely amazing. Talk about service. You saw we had a few trucks that got stuck. I know the guy that it's on my trap line that's out here, and anyways, it was him that got stuck, and then he called his buddy with a big truck and plow to help him get out, but that truck got stuck. We got it out, but then it got stuck again, but really stuck. So we all ended up driving out, and he asked me who my contact was at YRB to plow this one road that they've already plowed once for us, and I let him know, and that was just like yesterday that he probably contacted them. And anyways, look at that. Wow, that's a grader. They brought a grader out here, as you can tell by the scrape marks on the ice. So he just asked them if they were coming out anytime soon because their big truck was stuck. I don't know how they got the truck out. YRB said they would probably be able to make it out in a few days' time. They literally made it out that day or the next day, and wow, this again, another game changer. Okay, I'm gonna set up a new bait station, some new snares, chance to use my new axe sent to me from BeaverCraft. This thing is wicked, super sharp. I've used it out on the ice. Probably gonna use it on chop up some meat here. It's a little bit nice for that, but I gotta put it to use, and yeah, big shout out to BeaverCraft for sending me this. Super awesome, love it. Look at that. That is sweet. Okay, gonna spread a bit more bait around, but I'm just gonna start hanging some snares. The wolves haven't been through here yet, but they're on this road, and so there's some lots of good pinch points in here. There's a creek down there. They might walk along it. That's a creek right down there. Flowing in some areas. And rabbit. That's rabbit, good rabbit trail. There's a dam up in there. I was beaver trapping there earlier. But there's a lynx in the area as well. We'll see if we can get the wolves in here. The wolves are farther up the road. Saw tracks maybe 3 or 4 kilometers from here. They're in this area, or they were a few days ago. We'll see if they're still around or come back, but we'll get some new snares set up. Just I have access to this part of the road for now, so we'll take advantage of it. Before Pacer eats all this, we'll get through here. I switched my gloves out, so these aren't what I was carrying the bait in, but I'm just gonna rub them on some spruce. And I've got my snares in a bag with the spruce as well to help mask my scent a little bit, but my scent's gonna be obviously all over the place for now. Just from walking in here. But doesn't matter, they'll still come in. Matter of fact, they'll probably follow my tracks in my trail. Lots of people say don't walk on wolf tracks, but or the wolf trails. I try to avoid it if I'm going to set a snare, but more often than not, they just follow my tracks in. Okay, so some of these snares are going to be a little bit close to this bait, but I'll start moving farther out as I go. I don't imagine you can see me back here, but you can probably hear me. I'm going to get this anchor up nice and high. Just a better chance that they get tangled up and less likely to chew out, which you saw earlier. I had one chew out already. This doesn't get a lot of snow right under this tree, which is nice, so it shouldn't affect once I set this up. I shouldn't have to readjust it much if I can get a good loop to begin with. Oh yeah, that one's in there. It's pretty high. Might lower it a touch, because they might duck under the next branch. One in there. Just need something to hang it off of. So I'll try this. It's not bad. Cold, buddy. It's minus 25 right now. So this one I am gonna go low just because it's not a very good anchor. Up high it'll just snap off, but I'll go low and then try and wind it up at the top. It's a good little trail in here, it's just not a really good anchor. So you gotta kind of work with what you got. So that one's a little bit lower, but I've walked through there. They're going to duck under that stick, so they shouldn't step through it, because this is just part of the rabbit trail, and then goes through there. Could try and find some spots in there, but it's pretty powdery. So we'll leave it at that. Baits. Okay, this is kind of crazy because I started making a video about YRB plowing the road, and I drove and it stopped. And so I actually wasn't going to show that part of the video, but anyway, set some snares, set up a bait station, and was on my way out. And this is too funny because there we go. So talk about service. I'm gonna go to another area for now. It's looking really positive, and like I said, that's amazing service. Thank you, Ben Scott from YRB. Man, this is awesome. Super pumped. Go check out this other road. Love that axe. BeaverCraft. Check them out. Sweet. Okay, I'm just walking into an exclusion box. And it's set off. I haven't looked in the sides yet, so I have no idea. Nothing sticking up the top. And I guess a squirrel. Down the trap. Okay, it was actually tough just getting the trap up to there, which means it might be something a little bit bigger, and it is. Dang-a-langa. Another marten. Another surprise. Sweet. Wow. Okay. Wasn't expecting that either. Marten are still rolling in. Okay, this cubby in here still had some bait last time, but a nice big chunk of bait. I'm still set. Got some rabbits. Good chunk of bait in there now. Okay, gotta go for a little walk. Check out, gotta pull a marten box. It's a bit of a hike in. Do it now while I'm by myself. Kids don't like this one. That's from a grouse. They bury themselves in the snow, and then all of a sudden they just pop up. So they were in there. And then you see the wings prints when they either they land, probably when they came up out of the snow. So I'm just walking up this road to pull a marten box, and you can see heavy moose tracks, but there's also, I don't know if this camera will pick it up, but there's small older tracks, most likely from a wolf. This kind of almost looks like a straight line, little circles. But based on the distance between them, it's got to be a wolf, probably not a lynx, definitely not a coyote. And then clearly our moose tracks and moose urine. That's exciting. Moose almost never walk in a straight line. They're always zigzagging when they're on these little side roads that are full of snow. So what they're doing is they just crisscross eating the willows. So they'll cross up there and back. Instead of walking along the side there and just eating the willows along the side, they go eat, walk down the middle, cross over, eat, cross over, eat. Walking into an exclusion box, set off. I don't think there's anything in there. Busted. Well, it was a flying squirrel, but not anymore. Okay, we're pulling this trap. It's a gravel truck. It's got a big grate on there, so when they dump gravel in, it makes just the small stuff goes through. Then they can put that on the road.